Hi there, you're watching The Appreciationist. My name is Peter Hartman. We're joined here by our two lovely co-hosts, Samantha Barley and Valerie Soule. How you guys doing?
Good. Hello.
Great, thanks.
How you gals doing? Oh my god, I don't know when that's going to stick. Excellent. We're going to have a fun time here tonight. Tonight we're talking about the prosperity principle. We're continuing the series of discussing the 7 radical principles that were presented at our event just a couple of weeks ago. The prosperity principle is going to be a fun one for us to talk about, but before we get to that, I want to let you know what I learned this week. So if you haven't been paying attention and living in Canada, maybe you haven't, Donald Trump is winning, okay? I don't know if anybody knows this, but Donald Trump is winning. He won Nevada by a huge margin, 42%, and he won North New Hampshire, and he's winning states all over. And so it's actually projected, some people are actually saying it's over, that Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee, and that's one step closer to being the president. Incredible, completely unforeseen, nobody saw it coming, except we should have seen it coming, because I believe that we are living in an age of radical change. And that's what I learned this week. And with the primary that just happened, with the election that just happened, it's really cementing and convincing me that we really are living in a time of radical change. Not only the people at the top, but it looks like a lot of people really want big change. Do you guys feel that that there's something in the air, that we're moving towards a time where things are becoming more raucous and things are changing?
Yeah, big time.
I don't know, honestly. I haven't even asked myself that.
Well, look, when we see, if anybody who's heard the story about Uber, Uber is this disruptive technology that's disrupting taxis and things like that. That's a radical change that's happening in our environment, and it's happening right around us, and some people are completely unaware of it, but those who are aware of it, especially those in the industry, they know that everything is changing very quickly. And we're seeing changes happening with education, we're seeing changes happening now with government, and
Climate changes. Climate changes.
Climate changes, exactly. Information getting to the people, really important things. And so I really want people to be ready for what's happening. You know, I used to talk about it for a few years ago that I fully expected that we were entering a moment of big change, that I wanted to prepare people for it. And well, now a few years later, we are in it. And so talking about prosperity principle tonight and the 7 radical principles for change are, I think, extremely appropriate. So I'm really happy. What I continue to learn is that we are living in a time of change. I just don't know how much change is going to come, but I think everything will change. So I'm very excited about that. Speaking about what we're excited about, let's move on to our most important segment of the show, which is called A Moment of Appreciation. And that's where we look back at the past 7 days, we pick out something, we share something that we appreciate. It could be something that went well, that's easy to appreciate, or it could be something that wasn't so great, but that we can see value in today. Look, would you like me to go first? Would you guys like to go first?
You.
Me, I'll go first. Well, look, so I saw Tom's comedy show the other day. He's getting leaps and bounds better than he was. Very impressive, very fun to watch, hilarious show. That was at the Ladies and Gentlemen show with Daniel Perrin and Sandyford. That was at the Cafe Shaker. It was super fun. But I had the most fun watching The Walking Dead with Sam this weekend. It's come back, and we're 2 episodes in, and I got to watch both episodes with Sam. And drool-worthy. It was really, really cool. And, of course, we had a great, great conversation yesterday. A big, big turnout for our discussion, Letting Go, Inner Peace. And I don't know how many people had, 20, 21 people coming out. And, you know, I felt proud of myself. I did my best to allow people to speak. And maybe I wasn't a la Sam or a la Val, but I think I did a better job than I usually do.
No, you did very well.
Thank you, thank you. So that was a lot of fun. So those are my 3 moments of appreciation. So I'm going to ask for 3 from each of you now. I'm just joking. Just joking. Just so everybody knows, there's a slight delay. Val is just a trooper. She's on location somewhere, and she's still tuning in as best she can. So if you don't hear her laughing, it's not because I'm not funny. It's just because there's a delay. Delay coming. We're about to hear her laugh, I'm sure. Okay. Maybe. Anyway, anybody who would like to share their moment of appreciation? Sam, Val?
Yeah, I'll go. I don't know if Val's there.
Well, she's here in spirit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm there, but I hear every other word, honestly.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so I'll go. I have two. I might have more as I'm talking. So the first one is I learned how to play chess. So I learned how to play chess with Peter. I've been wanting to learn it for a while now, and I've never really had the, like, I don't know, impetus to get it started. And so Peter suggested an app, and we started playing, and we played a lot this weekend. I definitely suck at it for now, but I really like it. I like the fact that you have to think like many moves ahead, and I think it'll be very good for concentration and just focus, and it's very interesting. So I'm pleased with myself for that.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. And my second one is this week there's a coffee shop like right near my house, like a block away from my house, and I started doing casual life coaching sessions there this week, and I have been putting it off just because there's a regular one that I go to near my place, and I don't know, I've just been putting it off, but I actually went this week, and it was really nice. It's a coffee shop / flower shop. When I do my sessions in the afternoon, the sun is shining in, it's quiet, it's beautiful, it's new. It was only built in the last few months, and so I'm like extremely pleased that now I can plan coaching sessions like a block away. So I don't have to go far. I just go to this beautiful place, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm really appreciative of that. It's exciting.
Cool. That's really awesome. Well, hadn't you gone there before?
Well, you and I have only walked in to get croissants and stuff, so I had never like actually sat down at a table and felt it, like I was like, oh, maybe, like I always thought, okay, maybe I can do sessions here, but I had my regular place, and so I just, yeah. But it's like much quieter than the other place, and beautiful and clean and bright and sunny, and yeah, and flower shop. So.
Well, look, it's very nice when I go in there. I get the croissants, and it's a really nice place, and the lady seems really nice. So
yeah,
it's a good place.
Yeah, she's so nice, and I love supporting local businesses. So I'm glad that I can support her. Yeah.
There you go. You don't always want to do your meetings in a Second Cup or in a Tim Hortons. No shame to them. No shame to them. But they don't need more advertising, I don't think.
No.
So really, really cool. Great moments of appreciation. I had fun learning chess. I mean, Sam, you're ruthless. I mean, this girl, she just wants to understand it completely and wants to get you. She wants to get you. So it's really a lot of fun.
A little competitive.
Love
it.
Well, if Val comes back, if she's able to, we'll let her do a moment of appreciation. But let us send out our appreciation for her for making the attempt. I know she's not home right now. And she's on her phone, and I'm glad that she tried to do that. Really, really cool. Excellent. Look, so the next segment is called What a Great Idea. And that's where I point you towards an idea, a subject, a person that is deserving of our attention. That's just Val saying that she wants us to have a good time. She's unable to come back, but we're not bothered by that at all. Yes.
Except that we are bothered because we miss her.
Yeah, oh no, okay, we're a little bothered.
We're very bothered. We're sad. We're so sad.
Oh, so sad. How dare she? No. What a great idea. We point you towards an idea, product, or service, an idea that's out there that is deserving of your attention, because whatever gets your attention becomes a greater part of your experience. So why not give your attention to great ideas? This idea this week is a website. I hope I haven't said it before, but it's a website that I really like. It's called tinybuddha.com. Have you heard about this, Ed?
Yes.
Tiny Buddha, it's a website. I'll just let you know a little bit about them. Their motto is simple wisdom for complex lives. And they really expound upon Buddhist principles, but in really digestible, easy to understand ways. You can get weekly emails. If you're looking for something to share on your website or on your social media, this is a great site, Twitter and all that stuff. So you can go to tinybuddha.com to get a daily dose of wisdom. And I don't think I've read a single thing on the website that I disagree with or that I don't like.
Yeah, they have really wonderful posts on Facebook. They post them all on Facebook. And so if you're somebody who is on Facebook and you find people are negative, start liking. I want to suggest that to people more often, because that's what I've done. Start liking the pages that are inspirational, and so your news feed is full of wonderful stuff. So Tiny Buddha is one of them. They're very good.
That's right. That's actually a very good point. In in our sessions, our jumpstart sessions that are business related, that are hosted by Tom Hartman. He's a guru web programmer. He's really good at that. And he talks about when you go on Facebook, don't just like things randomly. Don't just like anything. Like things that you would like to know more about, that you like to see in your feed, and that way you are curating your feed, and that way you're not seeing just random things, but you're seeing things that are appropriate to you. And if you're a person who's positively oriented and you're liking pages like Tiny Buddha, The Law of Attraction Montreal, or Samantha Barley, then you're going to get some cool stuff. You're going to really see some cool stuff, and it's going to change your mind, change the patterns in your mind. And, there are a lot of people, they're intimidated by Facebook. They don't like it because there's all this noise out there. There's all this garbage out there, and all these things from their friends. But you don't have to listen to them. You can just mute them and like and follow other people. So that's a good way to exercise your will.
Nice plug. Nice plug there.
Hey, look, you got to get them in any way that you can. And honestly, it ties into our subject, our topic for this evening, the prosperity principle. The prosperity principle is twofold, right? It's to say yes to any reasonable opportunity that presents itself, and to say yes to any help that is offered to you. Okay, we're going to dive into that for a second, but let me tie it back to our earlier point. Sometimes saying yes to opportunities is just saying yes to a website, saying yes to connecting with someone online. You can say yes to those things. Those are easy ways to do those, to say yes. And, it's easy to just skip by a website and just to ignore it. But when you engage with those opportunities, when you say yes to those connections, then you might find yourself, well, your life will change to some degree. You will be planting seeds that will bear fruit, that will pay dividends in the future. So the prosperity principles, to say yes to any reasonable opportunity. So let's start there, right? So when we're talking about saying yes, we're not saying to say yes to everything, right? What's your opinion about people who say you should say yes to everything? You think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
I think that's a bad idea. I mean, you remember the movie Yes Man? I don't know if there's, I don't remember it very well, but I just saw something about it today, so synchronicity. I don't know what to say about other than obviously you can't say yes to everything. But I would suggest saying yes to anything that you think will improve your life, or is interesting, or you're curious about, even if you're a little bit scared, even if you're a little bit intimidated by it. I talk a lot about getting out of your comfort zone, and saying yes to opportunities might feel a little bit intimidating, like, oh, can I do that? Da, da, da. But there is a lot of value in that. And so I say yes.
And that's right, and so you're going to consider the spectrum of opportunities that are presented to you within the realm of what you're interested in, but still there you don't want to say yes to every opportunity that might match you, because then you overextend yourself and you overwork yourself, and then you sort of mitigate the advantages of saying yes, right? So it's not about overworking yourself. So I don't want people to get too intimidated by the idea of saying yes to every opportunity. I just know that there are opportunities that are presented to you that you could say yes to and actually reasonably do. That would maybe require some effort, maybe an effort of will, an effort of spirit, but that we say no to, right? And I say yes to that. And sometimes you might not even know how this might be a benefit to you, but if you can do it, I was asked to MC an award ceremony, Quebec Animal Rescuer Society, and they had awards giving out to their community, to their members, to the people who are doing hard work, and I was asked to MC that and to perform. Now, I can't remember, besides church, I can't remember emceeing anything, and it was really nerve-wracking, but I said yes to the opportunity. And what's funny is that just yesterday, a friend of ours asked me to MC another event, which is another fundraiser for an animal shelter, and to MC that. And now I said yes to that even easier because I had gone through it the first time. And now the opportunity that was presented to me just sort of presented itself again, and I'm better able to say yes. I have more courage to walk into the opportunity. And so you want to say yes to things even if you don't know how it will help you out. Just if you can sense in some ways that it might be a benefit, either with a learning experience or what have you. And that's the benefit of saying yes. What happens is that even if it doesn't work out, and not everything you say yes to will work out, right, Sam? Not everything you say yes to will come easily or will not cost anything, but you will gain experience, and there's something valuable in gaining experience. What do
Well, I want to add something to that.
I was just about to ask you, yeah.
Well, you were going to ask a question, but I don't know what your question was going to be, so I cut you off.
Exactly what you're about to say.
Just like express myself.
No, it's exactly what you're about to say. I'm sure.
Okay, so we're saying say yes to opportunities presented to you, but what I'm thinking is I've had things recently that I came across, you know, like I came across a website, I came across posts on Facebook, I came across things, and there was part of me that was saying, should I do this thing? You know, like, do I want to do this? You know, going to be working in the greenhouse sort of thing, the internship that I did, the University of the Streets conversation that's coming up. And so those were not like handed to me, like, here you go ahead and do this. Like, do you want to do this? Nobody asked me, but in my own mind, I saw those things, I found them, I came across them, and I was like, should I, shouldn't I? Yes, no. And so that's where I would also say, the prosperity principle can work in that sense too, is if you find something and there's a part of you that's like, yes, no, really like consider the yes a lot more than saying no to it. Because I said yes to those opportunities, even though I felt intimidated. There was a part of excitement, there was all of those wonderful things, but there was a part of me that was like, no, I don't know what I'm gonna expect, and you know, some of them were a little scary, but I was like, no, I'm gonna definitely do this, so yes, you know. And then I went through with it, and well, I went through with it. They're coming.
They're ongoing. Well,
they're ongoing. They're gonna happen. Yeah.
You did the interviews. You did did those first steps. I like what you're saying, and it reminds me of what Seth Godin says. He's a marketing guru. I love him. He almost sounds like a motivational speaker to me. I get extremely inspired when I listen to him speak. He's clear-minded about the subject of marketing, and he talks about, you know, choosing yourself. Right? Don't wait until somebody presents you with an opportunity. You find the opportunities that exist, that are out there, that are open to everyone, and you say, yes, I will put myself in this position. I will choose myself. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do it. So that's a very good point that you're making there. Completely different than what I was going to ask you.
I thought.
You're right. You were right. You know, you stepped on me and you know, put me in my place. Okay, so you said yes to opportunities, and I was talking about gaining experience. Have you said, like, how do you feel about the experience that you've gained by what you've said yes to? You know, there are things that you've said yes to, whether it's a CBC interview, whether it's organizing a HAL Expo. You said yes to these experiences, to these opportunities, and it gave you an experience. It gave you something, right? How's it changed you? Has it made you more courageous? Has it made you more, helped you with your creativity? Has it inspired you towards other choices, opportunities that you never even considered before?
All of that.
All of that. All of the above. I choose D.
It gave me more confidence. It gave me more confidence to be able to say yes to future opportunities, because those, even the things you just mentioned, were a little scary, a little intimidating. Can I do it? Will I do a good job? But then when I say yes, I get into it, you know. I say, okay, I said yes, so let me do the best that I can. And then once it happens and I have the experience of it, I feel much more confident with myself and my capabilities. I learn things about myself. I mean, it's not always rose-colored, you know. Some of it is unpleasant, and I learn different techniques, and I learn, you know, how I want to handle things or deal with people. Yeah, so confidence and experience, learning. Yeah.
And that's the trick, right? That's the thing that people sometimes don't understand. Everybody understands that in order to gain strength, you start from a position of weakness, and you take small actions over time that builds up your strength, okay? And so you don't start out with strength to get strength. You start out with weakness that gets strength, okay? That's just very common, very understandable. But when it comes to confidence and courage, there are a lot of people who feel like they have to have courage and confidence before they move forward. And I'm saying, even if you have none, you can still do it. You can still move forward. And that is the way you gain confidence. That is the way you gain courage. You have fear first. You have doubt first. You take the opportunity, and then courage and confidence comes afterwards. Now, you're going to get some measure of courage and confidence just by saying yes to something. because that's an exercise of will. And whenever you're exercising your will, you are getting closer and closer to being who you are, who you're meant to be, expressing yourself. But don't tell yourself, I have to be confident and courageous to begin with, that I have to be at the end before I can move forward. You want to be at the beginning and see that as a way to get to where you want to go. And so I guess what we're doing is a hard pitch to convince people, hey, it's better off to try something new. It's better off to say yes, even if it doesn't work out. At the event, I talked about shoplifting. I talked about when I was, I think, 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old, and I was convinced to go shoplifting. There was an opportunity that was presented to me, and I said yes to it. And it didn't work out well. I got caught by security. They called the police. They arrested me, brought me home. But I learned something from that. I learned who to listen to and who not to listen to. I learned that there are better ways to steal, essentially. You know, I'm joking about that. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. But I learned from that. So not everything that you say yes to will turn out well, and not everything you say yes to will be a good thing. But everything can be turned to your advantage if you accept the fact that you can learn from any experience, whether it's positive or negative. So the last part of this, unless you had something to say?
No.
I just...
I mean, I can figure something out.
The second part of the prosperity principle, after saying yes to opportunities, is saying yes to help. Now, this is a hard one. This was very difficult for me. We sometimes see saying yes to help as admitting to vulnerability and weakness. And I guess in some ways it is, but by admitting it, then you can do something about it. And when you say yes to help, it puts you on a higher footing. It allows you to get out of your slumps, get out of your funk in order to reach those higher levels, reach those higher branches. So have you ever found it difficult to say yes to help, Sam? I don't actually know this about you.
Because, no. I think I've always been, well, always. I don't remember times where I say no to help. I love help. I appreciate help. I imagine it has been difficult for my ego at some points, but no, I'm not that person who has a hard time saying yes to help.
You were born enlightened. You were born.
No, I was born like spoiled and taken care of, and people doing things for me. You know, I mean, in certain ways. And,
yeah. In certain ways. I mean, let's not make it sound.
No. Exactly.
You're not Donald Trump's daughter, right? You know.
No, exactly. No, but I did. Yeah, I was always the sort of baby in the family and taken care of, and so I'm sort of used to getting help. Yeah,
but it is important, you know. It doesn't matter if you've done it all your life or you're just learning how to do it. We are social creatures. We're designed that way. You know, when you think about it, it takes two people to make one person. You know, that's the way it's always been. It's not the way it will always be, because science is crazy, but it takes two people to make one person. That tells you that we're social creatures, that we are inherently dependent upon each other, and that those of us who strengthen those bonds of connection, either by saying yes to opportunities or yes to help, we develop relationships with our environment that become supportive, that become resources for us to move forward. And so, you know, you don't want to be the rose in the garden that says, I don't need the fertilizer, I don't need the water, I don't need the thing. You want to take as much as you can. You want to take as much as life makes available to you. You want to accept the fact that if help is presented to you, if help is offered to you, these resources are there for you. They're there for you to use, and that it's meaningful and valuable for you to use them. And you don't want to ever let things like pride or shame or doubt stop you from accepting the help that's presented to you. Do it for a little while. Just say yes to the opportunities and see what comes out of it. Sometimes I feel like it's a first world sort of issue where we feel like, we should be able to do it on our own and we should be as strong as possible. But when I look to immigrants, when I look to the people who come from other places, when I look at other countries, I see people far more willing to accept help from their neighbor, accept help from their government, accept help from the people that are around them. And sometimes
I imagine maybe it has something to do with community, sense of community and helping one another. And I think that we're lacking some of that in our society, is like, you know, always helping your neighbor, helping the people around you. And so we're just not used to it. We're used to taking care of ourselves. It's me, myself, and I have to do this, and I have my own journey, my own battles. And yeah, so I think it's a lack of community, maybe.
I think so too. We're coming to the end of our segment here, but you know, when you want to remember that life, personal empowerment, self-development is a team sport, okay? It's not something that you do on your own. And in fact, when you try to do it on your own, you might discover that it's far more challenging than you expect. You know, you see a lot of people, they're into personal development, they're into positive thinking, and they're happy, they're feeling good, and you wonder why they happier and I'm not. And what you might find when you dig into their lives is that they have a community that they're connected to, they have a system of support, and they have a willingness to say yes to the opportunities that are presented to them, and the help that is offered. Is there anything left to say?
Nope.
I think it's done. I think it's done. I'm just going to read real quickly the note that we have. So if you go to the Law of Attraction, if you go to facebook.com/Law of Attraction Montreal, you can find the note that we posted there explaining these prosperity principles. So the next one will be the power principle, but I'll just read you the text for the prosperity principle for tonight. So to say yes to every reasonable opportunity presented to you. This will allow you to gain experience and help you get unstuck. By changing your behavior, you change your circumstances. Okay, simple. The second part, say yes to any help offered to you. Often, because of pride or an unwillingness to appear weak or incapable, we refuse help that would otherwise free us up to do more. Accepting help is not a sign of weakness, but acknowledgement that there is strength in honesty and cooperation. Before we let you go, we're going to do What's for Dinner. But before What's for Dinner, which I find really fun, let's do the calendar thing. What's up on our calendar? What's coming up?
Sure.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Go ahead.
I will go ahead. So next we have, actually tomorrow, Valerie Soule is having a French discussion, Passion, Source et Guide. It's a French discussion. It's going to be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., so definitely go and check that out. We have Mingle coming up this Friday, February 26th. So if you're out interested in a nice drink with like-minded people, there's nothing to learn here. We're just coming out to have a fun time with everybody else. So come out with the expectation of mingling. The last ones have been excellent, and I imagine this one will be no different. And then this 27th, this Saturday, we have leadership training, how to win arguments and influence people. How to win arguments and influence people. So that's all about learning how to be a leader, learning how to get your ideas across, how to debate, and to get people on your side. How about you, Sam?
So tomorrow I actually have Get Inspired group life coaching at 6 p.m. I have 2 spots left for that, so you can take a look. You can go to Meetup and look up Self-Discovery Montreal, or just go to samanthabarley.com. And then it's not actually on my Meetup group, but I'm going to be the guest at University of the Streets, the thing that I'm doing with Concordia. So you can take a look at, I think I posted it, well, I did post it on my Facebook page. So just look up Samantha Barley Life Coach, you'll find the information, or University of the Streets, and you'll find that. And that's going to be on Monday at 7 p.m. So that's exciting. That'll be fun. Other than that, I do have improv, but it's full with a waiting list. That's on Saturday. So that's what I'll tell you for now.
That's what you'll tell us for now. You want to know more, go to samanthabarley.com. You can find out everything about Samantha Barley and connect to all of her resources over there. You want to find out more about the Law of Attraction, go to thelawofattraction.ca. You can find out more about our team, including Samantha, Valerie, and Elvira. Also about upcoming events, and you can connect to our YouTube page with tons of incredible videos for you to check out. You can also find out more about our subscription plan if you are in the Montreal area and you'd like to come to our events and pay cheaper to come to our events, or if you are abroad and you'd like to connect to our wealth of media content. We have full-length videos, hours of content available online for as low as $5. That might be changing soon, so get your subscription on now. But to find out more about the about the show, The Appreciationist, and you want to see back episodes, go to theappreciationist.com. But right now, we're going to tackle one of the fun things we do during the show to end things off, and that is the question, what's for dinner? What did you eat in the last 7 days, or what are you about to eat tonight? that you are looking forward to or that you have enjoyed? Anything tasty?
I grew my own sprouts.
You grew your own sprouts.
I ate them today in quinoa salad, so that was super fun. These were alfalfa sprouts. First time I grow them in a jar in my kitchen, and so I will be doing that regularly. They're super good for you and super yummy.
Well, that sounds really yummy. I had the poutine that I really love. I always enjoy it. For those of you who are not in Quebec, don't know what a poutine is, it's fries with gravy, sauce, and cheese. And how can you go wrong with that? I mean, honestly, whoever invented that should get the Nobel Peace Prize or something, a pat on the back, a hug, something. But tonight we're eating homemade macaroni and cheese with some pork chops. So I'm looking forward to that. Very hungry, very tasty. I want to thank everybody out there for watching. Tune in next week for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist.
Appreciationist.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.